Boy. What we doing? What we doing? What's going on? Come on in now. What's going on? What we doing? What we doing? Yo, I ain't got the right camera on right now. I'll switch the cameras later on. What we doing? What we doing? Yeah. What we doing? I just got out of a meeting today. The first day of football is here Thursday night. Buffalo Bills, Los Angeles Rams, Super Bowl contenders playing tonight to open the season up. Shouts out to Perry, Josh, Ronnie, Eli, You Wish, Wayne, DSG, Carlos. You had a buffet. Good Lord. Eat your food. Eat your food. Finish your food. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to 2022 season BucosLocker preview edition. Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus Dallas Cowboys to open the Bucs season up. The Bucs will be heading to Jerry's World. I will be heading to Jerry's World. I'll be there tomorrow. I land at 12:50. So I'm enjoying my weekend. What's up, Malcolm? But hopefully everybody's doing good. I know y'all excited. Are y'all watching the game tonight? Are y'all watching the game? I am. Oh, and don't forget, after this preview video, which will not be long, this preview video will not be long. After this video, come join me in the locker room as I do my schedule prediction video. So I'm not going to take y'all time, too much of y'all time, because I know y'all want to hear my schedule prediction and the final record, you know, what I got the Bucs going. And I know everybody like, what BucosLocker thinking? What he got the Bucs going? Don't worry. That video will come right after this. Just come to the locker room. And when I'm done with my prediction video, then I'll let y'all talk about what y'all thoughts about my prediction. And I'm going to go game by game breakdown because I got to be ready for the game in a couple hours. I don't want to miss the opening night. So I'm going to try to be done with this video as quick as possible. So let's get right to it because I want to get to the schedule prediction video that I got brewing up. And I'm going down each team, each game, and my breakdown and my initial thoughts. Now, granted, this is just a prediction video. The next video, things can change. So, you know what I'm saying? Let's get it. All right, so what we got here? We got the Bucs, a Super Bowl contender, versus the Cowboys, a playoff contender. Firehouse. That's what you gonna watch it at. So we got two teams that have Super Bowl aspirations. At the Cowboys, they always got Super Bowl aspirations. The media always talking about them going to the Super Bowl, trying to relive the mid '90s with Emmitt Smith and Troy Aikman and Michael Irvin and Nate Newton and Eric Williams and all those great Cowboy teams. But in reality, you know what I'm saying? In reality, the Cowboys come up short every year. High expectations, but it never seem to get over the hump. And there's multiple reasons why. Mike McCarthy is the head coach. Kellen Moore is the OC. Dan Quinn is the DC. They got a coaching waiting. Sean Payton, if Mike McCarthy don't pan out, I think Sean Payton's going to take that job. But, that's all in all. I don't follow the Cowboys like that, but I do know enough to have a conversation about the Cowboys. And I'll be more than happy to talk to any Cowboys fan about the Cowboys. They know more than I do. But I do follow NFL. So, I'm a football fan first. So, the Bucs coming in. Now, here's the deal. Let's get right to the important stuff. Chris Godwin has been a full participation in every practice. Well, I don't say every practice, but this week he's been running without the knee brace. It's all about how he feels. Now, I'm going to say, like I told y'all before, I will be shocked if Chris Godwin plays on Sunday. I'll be shocked. If he plays, great. If he plays, expect the snap count. I don't know if he's going to go like 60 plays, 65 plays, but he's going to play a percentage of the game because you don't know how the knee's going to react in real live speed, right? Because practice is practice and game speed is different. So the Bucs kind of in the air with that. They might try him. But I said, after week one, every week after week one is a higher chance for him to play. So if he doesn't play on Sunday, I said tomorrow. If he doesn't play Sunday, that's fine. He definitely most likely going to play against the Saints. You got to play him against the Saints. Even if you don't play him the whole game, you just got to have him out there. We don't need him. But if he doesn't play against the Cowboys, I think we don't need him for the Cowboys. I think we can beat him with Gage, Julio, and Mike Evans. In my personal opinion, I think we can beat him. But I haven't got to that point yet. So we'll get to that. Let's break this down. We already know about the Bucs offense. High octane. Still got some ramen noodle packets of no risk and no biscuit. A third year in the system for Tom Brady. Third year or fourth year for Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. The first year for Julio and Gage. So we're going to see how fast they catch on to the scheme. Now, the scheme has been toned down to a certain degree. It's not the full no risky, no biscuit. Drop back. Then a check down. It's more of Leonard Fournette, Godwin. Then a deep shot to Evans. It's more short to deep now. Now they still take a lot of deep shots. But it's more short to deep versus deep to long. I mean, deep to short, if that makes sense. Because in the no risk and no biscuit offense, it was 5-7 step drops, throw the ball 15 plus yards down the field consistently. And we saw Brady do that in 2020, and it wasn't turning out well. So they make some tweaks to the offense. So it's not the no risk and no biscuit. It has a New England ramen noodle pack flavor to it, which is good because Leonard Fournette gets a lot of catches in this offense. Leonard Fournette is going to be a vital piece in this game. As the Bucs approach this game with a whole new interior O-line, the Bucs got to be just a little cautious on opening up the game right away. Because first game of the season, you don't want to put your interior O-line in a situation where they just get destroyed. Now, as the game progresses, the interior O-line will get better. But there will be some moments that they're going to struggle. It's just going to happen. Now, that's in my opinion. Now, they can come out and play a hell of a game and then just surprise all of us. But if you've seen how preseason kind of went, you can't really expect them to have a perfect game. It just comes with the growth of Luke Gedeke and Robert Hainsley and Shaq Mason. Even though Shaq Mason is real good, I'm just talking about the continuity of the O-line. And that's going to be the focus throughout this game and also for the rest of the season. So if you look at the Cowboys, the Cowgirls, if you want to call them, the Cowgirls run a base 4-3. Dan Quinn style. If you know about Dan Quinn, Seattle Seahawks, if you look at their defense, cover 3, a little bit of man, 4-3 base. They do have some flexibility to run a 3-4, but their base defense is 4-3, right? And of course, our offense looked pretty good against the Cowboys last year. We beat them by 2 points. We had to get that late score, which is good, right? And that was in Tampa. So the Cowgirls, I'm gonna keep Cowgirls. The Cowgirls is gonna be amped up. First game of the season, it's gonna be rocking in Jerry's World. I'm gonna be there, doing my thing with my partner. Mopar Buck gonna be there. Shouts out to Mopar Buck, one of my exclusive pirate, or he can be considered a sea bandit. And then you got Sal gonna be there. He tailgating, so I'm gonna be out there. But the Bucs should attack the Cowboys defense. And I hate to say this. I mean, it is what it is. Cowboys secondary. Now the front seven, they got some players there. They got some pieces. They got some pieces there. But the Cowboys' weakness, in my opinion, and you Cowboys fans, Cowgirls, Cowboys can come at me with this, but y'all secondary is not nothing to be scared of. Now, don't get me wrong. It's not garbage, but when you look at our receiving core and y'all secondary, who you taking? As a Cowboy fan, be honest with yourself. You look at our receiving core and you look at your secondary. Who you taking? We ain't talking about being no Cowboys fan, like, I'm a diehard Cowboys fan. No matter what, I'm picking them. Be real with yourself, Cowboys fans and Cowgirls fans. And it's a reason why I say Cowboys and Cowgirls. Who are you taking? The Bucs receivers or the Cowboys secondary? Let's be real. Because if y'all can't get to Tom Brady through the interior, he gonna eat y'all up. And I know y'all talk about Trayvon Diggs and he got 11 interceptions and all that, but he give up a lot of yards too. You can catch the ball on him. He's susceptible to the double moves. He's a very aggressive cornerback, so I understand how he plays. But the way he plays, it hurts the team. Now, I don't know if it's Dan Quinn telling him to play like that, or they just saying if you see something, jump on it. And you're giving them too much leeway versus letting them play in the system. But we about to find out if Trayvon Diggs took another step in development. And he going to get tested early and often. Now, Tom Brady's not going to treat Trayvon Diggs like he Jari Alexander or AJ Terrell or Marshawn Lattimore or Tre'Davious White or JC Jack. He's not going to treat Trayvon Diggs like that. Like or Darrell Revis. I'm not going to, or Stephon Gilmore. I'm just not going to throw the ball to his side. He's not that type of cornerback. I think he's overrated, but that's just my opinion. And then if you try to put him on Mike Evans, okay, cool. Well, what you going to do with possibly Chris Godwin if he plays? And what you going to do with old man Julio Jones? And what you going to do with the feisty KG Russell Gage? And then you got Leonard Fournette coming out the backfield. Now, our tight ends, not too big on them. Solid tight ends, nothing to be wild. Not the modern day tight end setup that the Bucs have. But the production that we lost from Rob Gronkowski will be made up through the receivers. Those targets that Gronkowski got, that's Gage and Julio and Leonard Fournette. So not too much worried about the tight end production because this is not the setup for, and no offense to Cameron Brate and Kyle Rudolph, but they just out there to a certain degree. They'll make some plays here and there, but don't expect to see plays like Rob Gronkowski or Darren Waller or Travis Kelce or Mark Andrews type tight end situation because they're not that type of tight end. Kyle Rudolph is more of a physical blocker, and Cameron Brate is a crafty guy. He's not explosive. He's not a Dawson Knox. He's not a T.J. Hawkinson. He's not a Pat Filmer. You know what I'm saying? He's not a Dallas Goedert. He's not, you know what I'm saying? He's not explosive, so he's going to give us some plays, but I'm not expecting a lot from the tight end position. That's just my opinion. So the Cowboys linebacker core, it's not bad. They have Anthony Barr, Leighton Vander Esch, and Micah Parsons. So you obviously going to take the Cowboys linebackers over our tight ends, clearly. So I'm not expecting our tight ends to be on some Rob Gronkowski stuff. Just be solid. That's all we need the tight ends to do. Be solid when your name is called upon. When Brady throws you the ball, be open. Be open. Now, the biggest question, let's get back to this interior O-line. Can they hold up? Because if you look at the Cowboys D-line, DeMarcus Lawrence stands out. And that's it. But he plays left defensive end. That's what y'all depth chart say. The other three guys, I can't pronounce the other. Then you got Dorian Armstrong. He was kind of coming on a little bit here and there. I watched him a little bit. He got a little feistiness to him. What up, Grizzlo? But outside of really DeMarcus Lawrence and a little bit of Dorian Armstrong, y'all ain't got that much to talk about on D-line. You ain't getting around Tristian Wrifs. And DeMarcus Lawrence and now Donovan Smith should be able to hold his own against DeMarcus Lawrence. If DeMarcus Lawrence is injury prone now. Solid DN, don't get me wrong. He's top 20. But he injury prone. He can't stay healthy. Now he's going to be healthy this game, so we're going to see what he do. But I don't have no faith. Now they do have Dante Fowler Jr. and Nevin Gilmore, Oklahoma, OU defensive tackle. But y'all D-line ain't going to really shake nothing against our O-line on the outside. Now, the interior-wise, y'all know y'all D-tackle, y'all two D-tackles, ain't nothing to really be jumping around for. Defensively, y'all going to struggle. So the Bucs should be able to run the ball with Leonard Fournette up the gut, even behind the young guys. But I got a feeling the Bucs going to run the ball to the right a lot. You know, from Hainsley to Shaq Mason to Tristian Wrifs. That's where the running game going to really show itself. That's where the running game going to show itself. But the key to the Bucs running game, this is one of the number one keys in this game. Not just the interior, but the running game to set up the pass. Now, I know people say have the pass to set up the run, but as you work in a new interior, you kind of want the interior to get some punches in first. Now, don't get me wrong, the Bucs might open up and start chucking the ball around, and the Bucs have a habit of doing that. They'll run the ball for a little bit, and all of a sudden, 50 attempts later. Now, we're going to see this Byron Leftwich offense adjustment. We're going to see. Run the ball effectively. Because if you look at the Cowboys D-line, it's not that great. They should be able to get pushed. But like I told y'all, Leonard Fournette will play a vital role running and passing the ball. And we're going to see some Rachaad White, too. We definitely going to see Rachaad White. But I'm expecting Leonard Fournette to get 20 to 25 touches this game. And I think Rachaad White going to get some carries, too. You know, give Fournette a breather. And he going to come in and light some fire. Watch. But if I had to do a positional breakdown offensively, you know, versus the Cowboys defense, Bucs offense versus Cowboys defense, let me give you the breakdown. Bucs quarterback, Cowboys secondary, advantage Bucs. Or you can say Bucs receivers too. Bucs receivers, Cowboys secondary, advantage Bucs. Bucs O-line, Cowboys D-line, slight advantage Bucs. Bucs tight ends, Cowboys linebackers, advantage Cowboys. It is what it is. Now, there is a wild card here. His name is Micah Parsons. Top 5 linebacker. You can have him as a top 5 pass rusher. However you want to put him. The dude can play. I can give you that. I will give the Cowboys that. Micah Parsons, top 5 linebacker, top 5 DN. I'm saying top 5 outside linebacker. If he played outside linebacker full time, he top 5 easy. That is the chess piece. That is the knight of the chessboard for the Cowboys defensively. That dude can go doop, doop, doop. Defensive end, outside linebacker, strong side linebacker. That's what he listed as. But he can play outside linebacker. You can blitz him up the middle, up the A gap. You can put him at D tackle on passing downs to rush the quarterback. He's going to rush the quarterback. Now, the question is with Cowboys defense is Dan Quinn. Do the Cowboys fans have faith in Dan Quinn to stop the Bucs offensively? He didn't do it last year. Now, granted, the Bucs are going to go They're going to punt the ball sometime. They're not going to score every possession, in my opinion. So the Cowboys defense could make some stops here and there, but the Bucs should be able to move the ball pretty easy. They did it last year, outside of a couple hiccups. Now, there is a difference between the Bucs offense last year and the Bucs offense this year. Need I say more? No Gronk, no AB, no Marpet, no Kappa, no Jensen. All 5 of those guys had significant roles last year. Now you replace those 5 guys with Jones, Gage, Mason, Hainsley, Luke Gedeke. That's the difference. Going from the previous 5 to the new 5. That's a difference. So there will be a couple humps and bumps here and there, folks. So it's going to be okay. Don't get too frustrated. If the Bucs go 3 and out or a drive stalls, don't get frustrated. They're just trying to get used to each other because there wasn't a lot of chemistry in preseason. Now they practice in training camp, at One Buck Palace, and that's fine. But not a lot of tape that you can look at with the offensive cohesion, right? Is there the cohesion? Is there the chemistry there? Is the continuity? That's the only question, really. They're talented, but is the continuity there? And there are going to be some rough spots here and there in this game. Don't trip. That's a part of the game. You can't score every time. All right, Bucs fans? Now, on the flip side, as I flip from Bucs offense, Cowboys defense, to Cowboys offense, to the Bucs defense, this thing gets a little interesting. But before I do that, I got to go back to Trayvon Diggs. Anthony Brown, Trayvon Diggs, Javon Kearse, and Malik Hooker. Not enough. Anthony Brown solid. The strength for the Cowboys is their linebacker core. They do have Anthony Barr. I want to make sure y'all clear on that. So they got some versatility there, but I'm not big on Dan Quinn. Now, on the flip side, Bucs defense versus Cowboys offense. Now let's get to that. Dak Prescott, one of the most overrated quarterbacks in the NFL. For some strange reason, they got this dude like he's just that dude. Like, no, he's not. He looks good against bad teams, but against really good defenses, don't do so well. Now, last year, he had a pretty good game. I will say that. He had Amari Cooper, Michael Gallup, CeeDee Lamb. But now you have no Amari Cooper. No Amari Cooper, which was a vital piece of their offense. And you got Michael Gallup coming off an injury. An injury, I think it was ACL. He's listed as questionable. It's almost like he's going to play. Jerry Jones did say he's going to play. So we don't know how Michael Gallup is going to look in this game going against the Bucs secondary. Carlton Davis, Jamel Dean starting cornerbacks. You got Winfield Jr., Logan Ryan, Mike Edwards back there. And the Bucs look like, to me, the Bucs going to be in a lot of nickel. So Murphy Bunting technically going to be on the field quite a bit. Well, depending on how they want to line it up. Do they want to go Logan Ryan, Mike Edwards in the safeties, and Winfield Jr. in the slot? Because we will see that. That is our wild card. Winfield Jr. is the Bucs wild card. Just like the Cowboys got Micah Parsons, we got Antoine Winfield Jr., who can cause problems around the line of scrimmage. Now, is Winfield Jr. better than Micah Parsons? No. But you get my point. Wild card. The guy that can make plays, that can cause problems for the Bucs. For the Cowboys passing offense. When the Cowboys try to move the ball through the air, they got to deal with the blitz. Todd Bowles, Casey Rogers, Larry Foote. Now the Bucs are even more flexible with Hakeem Hicks manning that deep tackle or D end, the 5 technique. And they added Logan Ryan. And they have Keanu O'Neal, who can give the Bucs some inside information on how the Cowboys like to do things defensively. Yeah, we took him from y'all. So you don't think Todd Bowles Ask Keanu O'Neal some questions. Of course he did. You know what I'm saying? So the Bucs should be able to move the ball. And then the Cowboys offense going to struggle to move the ball. In my opinion, because look at their receivers. How? CeeDee Lamb, he's good. He's good. Don't get me wrong. CeeDee Lamb is good. I watched him at Oklahoma. Boy's the beast. Boy can catch. He got to make a jump. He got to be the guy in this game, and that's too much for him. Our secondary is good enough to maintain a good coverage on him. Now, he's quick. He'll make some catches. Don't get me wrong. CeeDee Lamb is nice. Really nice. I like his future. I'm a receiver, so I like that. But I'm not Michael Gallup coming off an injury. Nah, man. And he was coming into a zone, too, before he got hurt. Michael Gallup was ascending. I'll give you that, too. Michael Gallup was ascending. The question is, can CeeDee Lamb make a jump? Now, last year, he had a decent season. He had a case of the droppies. He dropped the ball sometimes, and that's fine. But he's still talented. That doesn't take away from his talent. Yeah, he dropped some balls, but that's just concentration. And if you play receiver, you got to be able to concentrate, whether nobody around you or when somebody around you. So if CeeDee Lamb can clean that up, the dude going to have a really good season. Is he mentally focused? Will we see a different CeeDee Lamb against the Bucs secondary? Is he going to drop some balls? Who knows? But if he makes the jump, he'll be okay. But for this game, he's not going to have the game that he thinks he's going to have, or what the Cowboys and Cowgirl fans think he's going to have. They think he's going to have a huge game. Now, do we have somebody on our team can guard? Yes, we do. Yes? Now, CeeDee Lamb lies on him in the slot. He's not an outside guy. He can play outside, but you go to the slot, you got to deal with Antoine Winfield Jr., the crafty Logan Ryan, Murphy Bunton. You got to deal with those guys. And if you're not on the outside, we got big cornerbacks. And CeeDee Lamb is not good against physical coverage. He quick. He fast. He quick. He can get in out of the breaks, but when you put your hands on him, he can't do nothing. Just telling y'all the truth. I'm just telling you what I see. I ain't gonna say truth, but I'm just telling you what I see. Hashtag what your eyes tell you. I'm telling you. I know the focus is going to be on CeeDee Lamb. And Dak Prescott, to me, he folds under pressure. When things get tight, he reminds me of he's more of a Kirk Cousins. He's more of a Kirk Cousins to me. Everything got to be perfect. He's a front runner. Dak Prescott, I watched him at SEC in Mississippi State. To me, he's the same quarterback. Now, granted, there's a difference between college and NFL, but he's the exact same quarterback. He's a front runner. Everything got to be perfect, just like Kirk Cousins. That ain't gonna work. And people, we about to see. We about to see this game. About to show everybody Dak ain't that dude. Another primetime game, and Dak gonna flop, in my opinion. So I'm kind of giving y'all. I'm kind of giving y'all a slight opening on who I'm picking. Right? We'll get to that. Now, the Cowboys run game. That's going to be an interesting part. Now, we already know about the Bucs run defense. Lavonte David, Devin White. The Bucs added Hakeem Hicks. Of course, you got the monster Vita. He's sitting there. You got Golson. You ain't moving those guys around. Their job is to clog up the line, to hold those guards and tackles. Or, Vita, he takes two guys to block him. He taking two guys by himself. So first game of the season, so everybody going to be fresh on that D-line. Then you got Shaq Barrett and my man Joe Tryon. Who? Go look at the Cowboys O-line. Tyler Smith. Rookie from Tulsa. Left tackle. Tyron Smith got hurt. Injury prone. They signed Jason Peters. Is he going to be ready for game one? Probably not. You got to get him in game shape. So that signing Jason Peters was more about long-term than short-term. Now, could he play? I don't know. But having a rookie out there against Joe Tryon is about to eat Tyler Smith food. Shaq Barrett is going to rush more from his left side, which is the right tackle, more this season. Terrence Steele, solid right tackle, but he ain't no Lane Johnson. He ain't no Ryan Ramczyk. He ain't no Jack Conklin. You know what I'm saying? No Brayton Smith. Name right tackles, by the way. Terrence Steele solid, but Shaq Barrett gonna get around him. Now, unless Terrence Steele have a game of his life, I see Shaq Barrett making some problems. And I'm not worried about Tyler Smith, the rookie. Joe Tryon about to eat. Joe Tryon gonna be too fast, too quick, too strong, too long, too wiry. Todd Bowles is about to run a complex blitz scheme on Dak Prescott. He can be more flexible with his defense. Hakeem Hicks is about to cause problems for the Cowboys run game. Connor McGovern? That's y'all center? No, I'm sorry. Tyler. He's your left guard. Tyler Batsey, whatever his last name is, from Wisconsin. I think he played at Wisconsin. That's y'all center? No. Now, y'all do have now, Zach Martin is good. Now, I'll give y'all that. Zach Martin is a monster at right guard. He's like our Ali Marpet to y'all. Like, so Ali Marpet, Zach Martin, you know what I'm saying? He's like the staple on your O-line. That's the only really good O-line y'all got in this game, for real. O-linemen. That ain't going to be enough. Ezekiel Elliott, Tony Pollard. I like Tony Pollard. Watched him at Memphis. Him and Antonio Gibson. I like Tony Pollard. He's nasty. He should be starting. The only reason why Ezekiel Elliott starting is because of that money. Y'all overpaid for that dude, and y'all ain't getting the results. And y'all clearly got a better running back sitting behind him. Instead of trading Ezekiel Elliott and getting something for him, you want to keep him around because you're paying him a lot of money. Jerry Jones gave him that big contract. And ever since he gave him that contract, it's been downhill. Injuries, ain't running as like he used to be. Then you drafted Tony Pollard. Everybody want to see him run the ball. And I like him better than Ezekiel Elliott right now. I think he gives y'all a better chance to run the ball than Ezekiel Elliott. Because you're not finna run straight up. You're not finna run straight up at the Bucs defense. You got those monsters in the front, and then you got Devin White poised for a breakout season and Lavonte David. A healthy Lavonte David. No Lisfranc injury. A more focused Devin White. Now, this is not this is all before the game. Now, things can change during the game, but I'm just telling you going into the game. Devin White know what he got to do. Stop tackling high. Break down the tackle. Be more focused in coverage. Stop grabbing jerseys and swinging people around. Stop grabbing people's shoulder pads to tackle them. Hit somebody. Put your shoulder into the chest. Helmet into the chest. I want to see no more grab tackles. Tackle. Devin White know what he got to do, and he got to cover better. I think he'll do that too in this game in particular, because now they do. Now I will give the Cowboys this. They do have a tight end, Dallas Schultz. He's nice. Lavonte David gonna D him up though. Not Devin White. Lavonte David gonna D Dallas Schultz up. So this is what I'm saying. Look at the advantages that we have going into the game. Look at the advantages that we have going into the game. Tell me what you see going into the game. We're not at the game right now. The game is not playing right now. I'm talking about just going into the game, looking at it from a naked eye. You think Dallas Schultz is going to run away from Lavonte David? Let's be real. Lavonte David is one of the best cover linebackers in the game and the most underrated linebackers. If Devin White can get to 80% of Lavonte Davis' level game time, if Devin White come out to this game and just tear it up and be on some Micah Parsons type stuff, Cowboys in trouble. So you see all these advantages that the Bucs have, Cowboys fans and Cowgirls? Those are the delusional fans. The delusional Cowboy fans, the Cowgirls. Now you got some solid Cowboy fans out there. Like, they optimistic, but they also understand reality. So shouts out to the real Cowboy fans that's not delusional. But y'all see the advantages that we do have. Right? So let me give you the position breakdown, the versus. Okay. Cowboys quarterback versus the Bucs secondary. That's a push. I'll push that one. Because secondary for me, for the Bucs, is still yellow flaggish for me. Caution. And they tend to give up big plays. And so I got to see it on paper. Looks good, but they got to put in the whole game work. And we'll see at the end of the game. Cowboys run game versus the Bucs run defense. Or Bucs D-line. Or you say Cowboys O-line versus Bucs D-line. Advantage the Bucs. Good luck trying to run the ball straight ahead. Now, if you run zones, zone schemes, yeah, that'll work because the Bucs D-line are big. You can't run straight at them. So I'm still giving the advantage to the Bucs defense of line versus Cowboys O-line run game. Cowboys receivers versus the Bucs secondary. You can push that too, but slight edge to the Bucs. Slight edge, depending on how Michael Gallup plays. And they got Jalen Tolbert, the rookie. Bucs slight edge right there. So Cowboys tight end versus our linebackers. Bucs. It's the Bucs. There's no question about that. Now, I will say this. Now, there's another part of the game that I will give the Cowboys credit on. Cowboys special teams, particularly the punt return unit and the kickoff return unit. I'm going to give y'all that Lavonte Turpin. He got me scared. Because the Bucs special teams is Boo-Boo Jacks. Baboon Dookie. The Bucs punt return coverage and kickoff return coverage units are straight Baboon Dookie. I have no faith in them. So it would not be surprising that Lavonte Turpin have a big return, a couple of them. Because he's gonna be getting a lot of kickoffs because we're gonna score. But I have no faith in the Bucs special teams coverage units. Punt return or kick return. Baboon Dookie. My daughter's Dookie when she was 6 months old. That's how bad the Bucs special teams is. I have no faith in them of having any impact in that particular part of the special teams. Now, as far as our punt unit, our punter, Jake Kamada, I think he should be fine. He got a big leg. He'll be fine. And old man, Ryan Suckup, he should do a pretty good job as long as it's inside of 50. Outside of 50, go for it. Okay? Outside of 50, the Bucs most likely gonna go for it. If it's like 4th and 2 and they at the 38-yard line or something like that, a 40-yard line, they're gonna go for it. But when it comes to hopefully all the Bucs kickoffs go into the end zone. I think even then, I think Lavonte Turpin is going to take it out because most teams already know at this point that Bucs special team unit is baby Dookie. When I was a baby Dookie, that's how bad it is. Diarrhea Dookie. Red. We're doing red. I think we're in red. Now, as far as our kickoff return or our kickoff units, or kick return unit, Rachaad White is returning kicks. So that should be some fresh, a new thing there. I think he'll give us a couple good returns. He might break one. And I'm telling you, if he break one, I'm trying to tell you, Rachaad White, he might have to turn up on that kick return because you can see it coming. Now, punt return, Jalen Darden, bruh, You got to give us something. The Cowboys going to be punting the ball a few times. Jalen Dart, you got to give us something. You got to be able to flip the field a little bit. I think Rachaad White going to do a good job doing that. But my worry is the reason why they put Rachaad White back there and took Jalen Darden off is because Jalen Darden doesn't do anything on the kick return. Well, we've seen Rachaad White flashes. Look better than Jalen Darden already. And then Jalen Darden is holding on to his punt return duties because he doesn't do that very well. Now, as far as the Cowboys, they got Brian Anger, former Buck. Cavante Turpin. That dude, TCU, I saw him. I think he played with Jalen Reagor too for a year or two. But Cavante Turpin, I know there's a lot of hype around him. I am praying that the Bucs special teams coverage units tackle this dude, please, just for the sake of it. Grant Stewart, I mean not Grant Stewart, but 03, number 53, 03, Fatukasi. Please get down there and tackle him. Please, somebody tackle him. It's gonna be a couple starters on the, Mike Edwards, tackle him, tackle him. Because I'm telling you, if Cavante Turpin has a major impact in this game and this outcome in this game, I'm gonna be so pissed. I'm going to be so pissed if the Cowboys special teams is the difference in this game. I'm gonna be pissed. Pissed. Let's hope it don't come down to that. Now, with all that being said, let me get my prediction before I get to this schedule breakdown video in a little bit. I can't wait to get to that. But this prediction, you already gonna get this prediction right here, right? So now, coaching staffs, who has the advantage? Want to break that down? You got Mike McCarthy, Todd Bowles. Matter of fact, we'll get to that in a second. Kellen Moore versus Todd Bowles, Casey Rogers, Larry Foote. That's the Bucs goes to the Bucs. Byron Leftwich versus Dan Quinn. Okay, Dan Quinn does have some credentials. He coached the Seattle defense, and he's shown us some things, right? He as a defensive coordinator. And then we saw Byron Leftwich 4 years in a row, top 5 offense. 19, 20, 21, 20. 19, 20, 21. No, 3 years. I'm sorry, 3 years. 19, 20, 21. So that could be a push because we know Leftwich is good. And Dan Quinn does have the credentials of having really good defensive units. Did y'all know the Cowboys finished 7th in points allowed last year at 21 points a game? 7th in the NFL. Interesting. Just saying. So I'm gonna say that a push because based on Quinn's credentials, he can coach defense. He can get down. He do that. Not good as a head coach though. I think he waiting for that job if Mike McCarthy get fired. Now, Todd Bowles and Mike McCarthy. Okay, so we've seen Todd Bowles' history, so we don't know what he's going to bring as far as a Bucs head coach. We've seen him as a head coach for the Jets. What was it 24 and 49, something like 26 and 46, something like that, whatever. It wasn't good. Started out good, 10 and 6 and all that, and then went downhill. Now, on the flip side, Mike McCarthy, as a head coach, he's been to the playoffs a lot of times. He has a winning percentage as a head coach. But the problem with Mike McCarthy is when it comes to the big games, he tends to not do so well. Even with Aaron Rodgers. Didn't do anything with him. So, with that being said, I'm going to say a push. I know Todd Bowles' history. Mike McCarthy has a way better history than Todd Bowles. But because of Mike McCarthy couldn't do nothing with Aaron Rodgers, when I say nothing, I mean, got to win 1 or 2 Super Bowls with Aaron Rodgers as quarterback. You got to figure it out. And I question Mike McCarthy's in-game decisions. Now, there are some question marks on Todd Bowles' in-game decisions because we've seen it with the Jets, but we haven't seen him as the Bucs head coach. So there is a question mark behind that because we're going to find out Sunday how he manages the game as a head coach, not as a DC. So I have to have some question marks on Todd Bowles too. Yes, I'm a Bucs fan, but there's some question marks on Todd Bowles going into the game as a head coach. Y'all know he got one. I know he got one with Aaron. I know he got one. But I'm just saying that one was so long ago. What was it? 2010, 2012? We in 2022. And you can't question. That's a Cowboys fan, by the way. Marley Mall, shout out to you. You mean to tell me you ain't see none of his in-game decisions in the playoffs? Because you can say Sunday is a playoff game. 2010 day, yeah. He got some questionable decisions as a head coach in games, in big games. We've seen it. He tends to fold up, so I got to hold that against him. Yes, he got a Super Bowl. I get it. And Todd Bowles doesn't have that. So, going into this game, you can say push, however you want to view it. Now, I'm not saying Todd Bowles can make it to the Mike McCarthy level of winning and losses. I don't know. It depends on how long Todd Bowles coach. But I can see an argument, or I can definitely understand you got Mike McCarthy over Todd Bowles. I totally understand. Trust me, I get it. The resume. Todd Bowles' resume as a head coach versus Mike McCarthy's resume, it's not even close. So if you want to look at it from that perspective, I get it. But I'm factoring in that this is a big game, kind of a playoff game, basically. First game of the season like last year. It's going to be fighting and scratching and clawing. And who's going to fold first? Mike McCarthy. So with that being said, I got the Bucs winning and kind of a mini shootout, per se. I think it's going to be I ain't going to say mini. It might be a shootout. Kellen Moore can coach some offense, but he questionable decisions as well. Kellen Moore can coach the offense, but he's got some questionable things he's done too. Is it a Mike McCarthy offense or is it Kellen Moore offense? Which one is it? Is Mike McCarthy just a face? Is he just a puppet of just being a coach of the head coach, quote unquote, of the Cowboys, and it's really Kellen Moore calling all the plays? I think we can agree with that, right? That's Kellen Moore offense. A Jason Garrett leftover. So he basically running a kind of a Jason Garrett offense. That's who Kellen Moore kind of went under, right? Jason Garrett. Mike McCarthy is just the head coach because he got head coach experience. Puppet. So I got to hold it against him. But I do understand you making the case for Mike McCarthy with the advantage over Todd Bowles. Trust me, I totally get it. But in this particular game, it just seems like the Cowboys team as a whole is undisciplined. In my eyes. Pressure being, I don't think they're America's team anymore, but let them tell it. They haven't won anything. But they undisciplined. Jason Garrett clap. Or I can give you the Mike McCarthy look. So I got the Bucs winning 34-23 in Dallas World. 34-23. Bucs win. Solid win. Both sides. 2 out of the 3 phases look good. Offensively and defensively look good. Look good. Special teams, I don't know. I don't care about that. But 34-23, I got the Bucs winning. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section about who you got winning this game come Sunday night. Prime time in Jerry's World. BucosLocker will be there. I will go live. Shouts out to Mopar Buck because I'm going to be sitting in a better position. And we're going to be tailgating too. Sal going to be there. Mopar Buck going to be there. BucosLocker going to be there. It's going to be fun. I'm going to give y'all some live video too. But anyway, shouts out to all the Pirates and Sea Bandits. Thank you for joining this edition of the preview video of the Tampa Bay Bucs versus Dallas Cowboys. With that being said, stay tuned for the next video. I'll be over there with it. Schedule prediction coming up in a couple minutes. Stay tuned. Join me in the locker room over there. StreamYard. With that being said, fire those cannons. Seize the day. Raise the flag. Hashtag no risky, no biscuit. Hashtag facts or feelings. Hashtag bounce away. Hashtag what does your eyes tell you. Hashtag stay humble. Hashtag trenches matter. Hashtag don't get mad at me. Hashtag probably versus possibility. Hashtag Super Bowl bust. We here, folks. Preview video. Come check me out in the locker room in a little bit. I'll see y'all there. Peace.